Kansas police are searching for an 18-year-old girl who was carjacked and abducted on Saturday. Authorities now have surveillance video from outside a department store.
It was the second day of June in 2007, a Saturday evening in Overland Park, Kansas. 18-year-old Kelsey Smith was like any other teenager on a summer weekend, energetic, optimistic, and full of plans. She had recently graduated from high school, and with the freedom of summer ahead, she was preparing for the next chapter of her life. That evening, she decided to make a quick trip to the local Target store. She had a simple goal: to buy a gift for her boyfriend. Kelsey drove herself to the store, a short trip she had likely made countless times before. Surveillance cameras inside Target caught her entering the building at approximately 7 p.m. The footage shows her moving through the aisles, browsing items, completely unaware that she was being watched not just by the store's security system, but by a predator lying in wait. For about 20 minutes, she shopped, picked out her gift, and headed to the checkout. She paid, collected her bag, and walked toward the exit. It was the kind of routine moment no one ever expects to remember, but those last steps out of the store would be replayed countless times in the days to come. Outside in the parking lot, the atmosphere was ordinary families loading groceries into cars, customers walking in and out. But among them was a man moving differently. Surveillance footage from another store in the area showed him later identified as 26-year-old Edwin Hall, loitering near vehicles, scanning his surroundings in a way that would later be described as predatory. Hall had no connection to Kelsey. He hadn't followed her into the store. Instead, he appeared to be searching for an opportunity, and tragically, Kelsey became his target. As she approached her car, Hall acted quickly. The details of what happened in those moments are not entirely clear, but the surveillance video captured the essence of it. Hall forcibly pushed Kelsey into her own vehicle. In a matter of seconds, the parking lot returned to its normal hum of activity, and Kelsey's abduction went unnoticed by anyone nearby. By the next day, the 3rd of June, Kelsey's family reported her missing. Her car was found abandoned at a nearby mall, the inside containing personal belongings she would never have willingly left behind. Police knew immediately they were dealing with a likely abduction. In cases like this, time is the enemy, and every hour that passes reduces the chances of finding the victim alive. Authorities moved fast. The Overland Park Police Department released the store's surveillance footage to the public. The grainy images of Kelsey in the store, followed by the chilling parking lot sequence, spread quickly across television screens and news websites. The community was shaken. Tips began flooding in. People claimed they had seen suspicious activity that night. Others thought they recognized the man from the footage.
Kansas police are searching for an 18-year-old girl who was carjacked and abducted on Saturday. Authorities now have surveillance video from outside a department store that shows Kelsey Smith being forced into her own car. She hasn't been seen since. Cops found the vehicle at a shopping mall 2 hours after the initial incident, but Smith, along with her cell phone and ATM card, had gone missing. The reward for information on the kidnapping is now up to $10,000. Kelsey Smith is 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighs about 120 pounds. She has long brown hair, brown eyes, and was last seen in a pink tank top with black shorts.
Behind the scenes, investigators turned to technology for answers. They began working with cell phone providers to analyze Kelsey's phone records and location data. Each ping from her phone's signal was a breadcrumb, pointing to where she had been after she left the Target parking lot. The trail eventually led them about 20 miles away to a secluded area near a lake. On the 6th of June, 4 days after she disappeared, a search team scouring the location made the discovery everyone had feared. In a wooded area, concealed by brush and trees, they found Kelsey's body. The medical examiner's report confirmed that she had been sexually assaulted and strangled. The brutality of the crime sent waves of grief and anger through the community. For her family, the nightmare had shifted from desperate hope to unbearable loss. Attention now turned to finding her killer. The suspect, Edwin Hall, was identified through a combination of surveillance images, witness accounts, and forensic evidence. Hall was no stranger to trouble. He had a history of violent tendencies and had grown up in a troubled environment, but there was no clear reason why he had targeted Kelsey. In many ways, that randomness made the crime even more terrifying.
You did unlawfully, feloniously, intentionally, and with premeditation kill Kelsey Smith. To the charge of aggravated kidnapping, to the charge of rape, to the charge of aggravated criminal sodomy.
Today is a victory for justice.
Imprisonment for life without any possibility of parole.
He is guilty of capital murder.
Hall was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, aggravated kidnapping, and aggravated sexual assault. The evidence against him was overwhelming. Facing the death penalty, he eventually pleaded guilty, sparing Kelsey's family the trauma of a trial. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. For the justice system, the case was closed. For the Smith family, it never truly would be. Greg and Missy Smith, Kelsey's parents, spoke openly about their daughter in the weeks after her death.
No, we don't stop because she wouldn't. She fought for her life, and so we fight for other lives.
The thing is, somebody else have a memory of her, and it's like, oh wow, I forgot she did that, and that's the scary part. I don't want to forget her. And it's her memory really that drives us to do so much.
And 22 states have passed it, and the Smiths are confident it will become a federal law.
If that was your baby, you would want that law used to save him.
They described her as full of life, with a quick smile and a warm heart. She loved music, enjoyed spending time with friends, and had been looking forward to college. Her absence left a void that nothing could fill, but in their grief, they found purpose. During the investigation, the Smiths learned that in many abduction cases, delays in obtaining cell phone location data can cost critical time. In Kelsey's case, swift access had been essential to finding her. They began advocating for changes in the law that would allow law enforcement to quickly access cell phone location information in emergencies where someone's life might be in danger. Their efforts led to the passage of the Kelsey Smith Act in multiple states. The law requires cell phone companies to provide location data to authorities without delay when a person is believed to be in danger of death or serious harm. The legislation has since helped save lives, turning Kelsey's tragedy into a catalyst for change.
But it is justice. And justice isn't always fair. If it was fair, we'd get Kelsey back.
You her. It tells you what kind of person she was. It's all about her. And that was part of the reason for the plea, so we could get the focus off Edwin. He doesn't matter, Kelsey matters.
Something that you get over. You go through it for the rest of your life.
We will move forward, not on. People keep saying, when will you move on? We'll never move on. We just keep moving forward.
I just want everybody to know how she was a bright crayon in a box. I mean, she was just the most lovable, fun person that you could ever hang out with.
One of the things that I really loved about her is if you were her friend, or even sometimes, even if she didn't know you, she always had your back for everything. She did. And so now, Kelsey, we've got your back. We've got everybody else's too, so.
Even now, the weight of her loss lingers. For loved ones, every birthday, holiday, and ordinary day is marked by her absence. Yet her legacy lives on, not just in the laws that bear her name, but in the awareness she inspired for swift action in missing person cases. Kelsey's final moments were stolen, but her impact endures as a warning and call to vigilance. Her case stands as proof of life's fragility, chance's cruelty, and the enduring power of her name.